Thought I was living it up, but I was far from my dreams. Back then I used to play loud, like your average teen. But now I'm living for God, and I'm high as can be. And you can live it up too, if you know what I mean.
I'm living, you're living, we're living, living it up. I'm living, you're living, we're living, living it up. I'm living, you're living, we're living, living it up. I'm living, you're living, we're living, living it up.
Yo, what's up? This is the second part of our program. You may see that I'm still in the same clothes. That's because we are already recorded this by the time you're seeing it. If you were here with us on Saturday, we're still with our crew, the youth from Bronx, from 4th Avenue, downtown, I almost said downtown Dallas. You know, I used to live in Dallas. Downtown Brooklyn, though. Downtown Brooklyn. And if you are in Dallas, check us out as well every week. If you're in California, in Chicago, wherever you are, this is Living It Up. You know how we do it on here. Last week on our program, or last Saturday rather, we were talking about music. It's a pretty touchy subject. We got some opinions from our guys here, from our ladies as well. We also have a couple new ones who are going to talk today because the other ones they left. But we were talking about how music affects young people. Does it have influence on you? Can it make your mind to do things that maybe you wouldn't normally do? I mean, what is the power of influence of music? So we're gonna be checking in with our street crew. We got our reporter, Elise, out there on the streets, who's been getting some interviews from some young people as well. We're gonna check in with her in a few minutes, and we also gonna hear a letter to the music industry. This Christian rapper wrote it's a song, but he made a letter to them saying, basically, hip-hop, you've caused a lot of problems for us. I don't know what they're gonna think about it. I don't know what you're gonna think about it, but I think it's worth playing. So I'm gonna play it in just a few minutes. Look, before we get everything cranked up, we got so much to do in this program. Let's go to a break. Check out our social networks. When we come back, we're about to go deep. We'll be back in a minute.
Bring the action.
Yo, that's it. We're back on the show. Hopefully you saw those social networks. Check us out. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube page, you can go do it right now. Well, don't do it now. Wait till the program's done. Then do it. But at the end, you can go subscribe to the YouTube page, Youth Power Group New York. You can also follow us on Twitter at YPG New York. And you can like us on Facebook, facebook.com/YPGNYC. That's where we're at. If you're not there, if you're not following us, honestly, I don't know where you've been. Yo, we're here in the studio. I got people with me here today. What's up, everybody? Good to have you guys. How you doing? You all right? Yeah. You all right? Yeah. Good to be here with you guys again. Well, some of you were already with us on the last show. Some of you weren't. But you ready to go deeper in this subject about music? Yeah. Can we go deep? Yeah. We're going to go real deep. Look, I'm going to go to our street team right now. We got some interviews from the streets, opinions about music. Let's see what they thought. I didn't even see these. So let's check it out now. We'll be back.
We're with the Youth Power Group and we're doing an interview on how does music influence you, okay? So we need to get about 6 or 7 people to come and do the interview, which is going to take about 30 seconds. 2 questions, okay? Let's go to the park. Okay, so we're doing an interview today about music. How does music influence you?
Well, I listen to it every day, so I know it affects my mood. There's certain stuff I listen to and certain artists. Like, I'm really into hip-hop, so a lot of times when I wake up and I'm sluggish, I want to feel energized, so I might put on some T.I. or some Lil Wayne and, get excited for the day.
Okay, rap, hip-hop, anything else that you like?
Oh, yeah, there's rock, there's country. I listen to a lot of, just a little bit of everything. Makes for an interesting day.
Okay, that's great. Thank you. What was your name?
Kai from Mosquito.
Okay, thank you very much. Bye. So today we're doing an interview on music. So what do you think music has, do you think music has any type of influence in a person's life?
Yeah, it definitely does.
How so? Like, how do you think it influences people?
Those who choose to listen to rap music and music that doesn't have a positive connotation tend to do negative things.
Okay. And what kind of genre do you like listening to?
I listen to everything except for rap music.
Okay, because of that purpose? Okay, and what kind of artists do you like? Like, do you have any specific artists that you like more than others? Or
Yeah, I really like John Mayer.
John Mayer? Okay, anyone else?
Maroon 5.
So you like more like a soft rock or contemporary type? Okay. Good. Thank you very much for your time. Thanks. So what's your name?
Clario.
How do you think that music influences you?
How it influenced me, depending on like the mood I'm in. You know, it might make me happy or relax and chill and stuff like that. It really depends on what type of music I'm listening to. Different rap songs, I get happy. You know, I start dancing in my chair like I'm doing nothing. If I'm angry or something like that, it might calm me down, stuff like that.
One more question. So you said sometimes if you're angry, you'll listen to like a rap song, it might calm you down. Do you think sometimes it'll do the opposite? Like if you're just kind of angry and you listen to an angry music, like, oh, go do this or go do that, does it help you stay angry, for example?
Nah, you never want to stay angry at anything. So, you know, if music makes you angry, you know, you might not want to listen to it. But me personally, if I'm angry, you know, it helps me calm that down and stuff like that.
That makes sense. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, Elise. That was our street team out there, you know, getting some feedback from what the youth think. That was earlier in the week. Obviously, it's nighttime now, so they weren't out on the streets right now. But, I mean, I guess there was some interesting things you must say, right? I mean, some people, they think the music has no influence over you. Others think it does. Everybody has their own opinions, but you have to decide for yourself, not based on what you want to believe, but based on the truth, based on what's right, based on what's for real. So later on, we're going to show you a few more of those interviews because they got quite a few good ones while they were out there. But now, I want to go into this song. It's called Dear Hip Hop. It's a letter to the music industry. And it's pretty interesting. I'm going to use that as the base of what I talk about in this next segment. So right now, I'm going to show a quick commercial about our Real Talk meetings. And when we come back, we're going to watch that letter to the hip-hop industry.
We want you to listen. Yeah.
Dig hip hop, it's me your foster child. I'm writing this cause I feel we should sit and talk a while. It may sound like I'm crazy, but I feel like your baby. Spend more time with you than my own folks, so it's just like you raised me. You taught me how to walk, said I should have swag. You taught me how to dress, that's why I let my pants sag. You taught me how to be a man like I ain't have a dad. You taught me how to talk, that's why my grandma bad. You taught me self-defense, a little rule of thumb. You said you never want to fight, son, use a gun. See, when you use a gun, you don't have to respect them. You can just talk to them how you want them, pull out and check them. You told me women ain't ish but hoes and tricks. And never the level, just cut them, move on and dip. You never told me what to do if I slipped and had a kid. All I remember is move on and dip. And make it rain and she get on the pole and strip. But if she respectable, I ain't supposed to trip. And brother gets done wrong, you just turn your back and let it happen, but don't you snitch. You have me thinking hard and real, but the same thing. Like you're real if you have the heart to kill and you gang bang. You never told me if I take his life, his pain is for a second, but it's ever present in his baby's life. You carry the spirit of banging across the nation, and they embraced it cause you put it in song formation. You taught me I don't need school, I can rap, and while I'm waiting for my music to move, I can trap. I used to want to be one. You told me hate the cops. Now they can only beat and mistreat us because we ain't the cops. I thought you had my best interest. Maybe not. So I'm writing this letter to tell you. Thanks a lot.
Called Dear Hip Hop. In the song, the writer is saying, hip hop, you have caused a lot of problems for the youth and for me. And so it's kind of like almost like a third person kind of thing, but it's like the person's writing the song as if it's them in there. So, I mean, not third person, first person. It's like the person's writing like they're talking to the hip hop industry. I think it's interesting. Enough of me talking about it. That's what we're going to talk about.
Well, I was in a really bad relationship. I was breaking up with a person, and like I was really depressed, always sad.
That's good,
I would
yeah.
listen to depressive music. It'll make me more depressed. Or if, like, for example, somebody would like invite me, oh, let's go here to a party or something. I would go. They would put loud music, hype music, and then I'll get hyped even though I
Yeah.
was sad.
Yeah.
So like my mood used to swing depending on the music that I used to hear.
You see? And what do you do when you feel depressed? Do you go put on a sad song? Maybe you put on songs with lyrics talking about suicide. Why would you do that? Is that going to make you want to live? No, it's going to make you want to die. Or maybe when you get angry, you go put on a song talking about fighting, hurting someone, killing someone. Do you think it's going to make you happy? No. It's just going to feed into it because you're trying to connect with that artist in that moment. Guys, there's a lot more to say about this. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back, play the second part of that video, and we're going to go back to the streets and catch some more interviews. Don't go nowhere. Tell your friends to log on right now, iurdtv.us. Don't miss this program. We'll be back in a minute. Yo, let's go back to the streets again. We got some more interviews for you. You got to see some more of these, man. Some of them are probably pretty funny. Some of them are more serious, but everybody's got their opinion about music. Does it have the power to influence or does it not? I don't know. Let's talk to Elise again. Let's check out what she was talking about earlier today. Go to her. We'll be back in a second.
Hi, so what's your name?
I'm Adrian Bradley.
Adrian. So today we're doing an interview about music. Do you think that music influences you in any way?
I mean, certain music plays a certain part because it speaks to a certain group of people. So it would influence some of their actions and like what they would buy and or wear or how they would act or how they would perceive things.
Today we're doing an interview about music. Do you think music has any type of an influence on people? Let's do you first.
Well, yeah, I think music today is not the same how it used to be. Like, it's more violence and stuff. And that's what people like now these days.
Okay, and what kind of music do you like listening to? Like hip hop, jazz, R&B?
I listen to R&B and pop.
Hip hop, R&B, gospel.
Good, and do you have any specific artists that you like listening to more than others?
For R&B, I listen to Trey songs. Hip hop, I like Jay-Z. And gospel, Kurt Carr.
Okay, and you?
I like Lady Gaga. Pop, for pop. And really, that's it, really. I don't like that hip-hop stuff, really.
Okay, thank you very much for your time, ladies. Thanks. Do you think music has the power to influence you in any way?
Yes, I think music has the power to influence you in any way because music is a spontaneous thing and it was created to captivate people's minds and it can influence you to do a good thing or a bad thing. Like Lil Wayne music could probably make you like want to smoke weed and do drugs and all that stuff. But if you listen to somebody like Nas, you might want to become a leader and an activist against bad stuff inside of the world. So I think that does have an effect on what you influenced by.
Okay, excellent. And what kind of music do you like listening to? Hip hop, R&B, contemporary?
I like hip hop and rap.
Okay, and what kind of artists do you like?
I like Nas, Jay-Z, Biggie, Big L, and Tupac.
So today we did hit the streets trying to figure out what music means to each person. I hope that you learned a little something with all of this. Thank you.
Did hip-hop. I met my real father. He said he loved me and he missed me and I'm not forgotten. He left me tons of messages, but I must not have got them. I guess you must have lost them. But anyway, I found him when I was just a youngin'. You told me daddy left. I ran the check and says he's always been at that address. He said it's me who left him. He just respected my choice. You showed me candy and toys and I was just a boy. He told me wait for sex, but we ain't want to wait. As abortion and broken homes plus a bunch of AIDS. He told me to love my woman, protect and provide. You told me if I love her, do it for only a night. He said if you love her, then wife been going for life like a life. But man up and make sure your family tight. I never been told good from you, but it has to be right. And if it ain't, then you may have to wait until after this life. He said to speak up when you see injustice. To thinking you're weak when you speak on evil. At least you the streets to become it. He told me your children were innocent. You teach them sexual dancing. We tape it and place it on the internet. He told me love my brother. Almost like what you said. What you said, if he looked at me wrong, I could bust his head. He said his son is over everything. You either serve God or money. You told me money over everything. He said it's never too late to come and join the family. He said they all been waiting for me. They rejoice to have me. And that's the point of this letter. I wrote it so you know that as sure as you hold this note, I decided I'm going home.
Yeah, so I don't know what your thoughts were, but there again, he made some pretty strong comments. He said, you taught us to tape sexual dances of our young ladies and put it on the internet. He said, you taught us to just have free sex and then go do abortions. And now there's abortions, there's AIDS, everything. My friend, he's saying a lot. It's a lot. But the question is it true? Has the music industry had that big of an effect on young people? Let's talk to the guys here. Let's see what they think. Who has something you want to share? Take it back to let me go over to David, then take it to Jamil. David, I saw your face during the video. You're like, wow. Like it's kind of hitting you there. So what do you think about what kind of things are being said?
Well, me, in my opinion, I think a lot of youth nowadays is being memorized by the music they listen to. Well, me, in my opinion, I never grew up with a father, and my mom was always, the one there for me. So I would listen to a lot of music before, like when my mind wasn't really focused on basically anything. I would listen to a lot of music. It would be like my gateway to leave, basically, to not focus on anything.
I get the point.
Yeah.
Jamil, let's hear from you as well, so since we have you on. What's up, Jamil? What do you think?
Is some deep lyrics. When the video was playing and I was hearing like all the lyrical content, I just like sat back in my seat and just like it blew me away 100%, because it was so deep and it was something like so personal, like on a personal level, and it just made me, like it made David, like it made me reminisce, and like even though I had my father, but like, and this obviously has to do with how my father was raised too.
Yeah.
But he raised me like extremely like tough. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Very, very tough. Like almost no emotional like, contact.
Yeah.
That's why I grew up like extremely distant,
Yeah.
And I would, use music as my refuge too. That's how I got into like the heavy rap and the hip hop and everything.
Jamil, let me ask you something. But would you say it's too deep for him to say things like, you made us not want to be a cop. You made us want to kill each other. You made us music. You made us, you know, start fighting and killing each other. You made us. You think he's going too far? You think that it's true that it has had such a great effect?
It has 100%. I'll give you like 3 points just to leave it direct. I have my friend. He told me that every single, and this guy, he was crazy, you know?
Yeah.
He told me that every single day he would listen to Suicidal Thoughts by Biggie Smalls in the morning, every day in the morning. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then his whole day, the only thing he would be thinking about is suicidal thoughts. You understand?
Yeah.
Number two, I used to have a personal favorite song back in the day, which was by Eazy-E, Any Last Words.
Yeah.
You know? And obviously, I think the title explains what it's about.
Yeah, definitely.
Right? And number three, I mean, I listened to one bar that he said, and he said something about, you know, my father or whatever. You know, he taught me how to, like, you know, love my wife and provide.
Yeah.
And then, like, hip-hop taught me how to have sex with her and leave her for one night. It's like, and that stayed with me, and I'm just like, it's so true.
Nelia, we have her on from Fulton today, from Brooklyn as well. What do you think about the things this guy is saying? Do you think that the music industry has affected us so deeply or no?
It does, because I was part of that, I could say, Drew, with dealing with relationships and stuff. I used to listen to that kind of music. Like, if I'm sad, I listen to sad music. If I'm happy, I listen to happy music. Like that. It swings my emotions, just like Sasha was saying.
Yeah.
But what he was saying in the songs is true, because hip-hop making it seem like all women are bad, all women are this, all women are that, and it does the same thing, but it's not like that.
Let's hear from Howard down here. Then we got to start wrapping it up. Guys, I know this subject is deep. For me, I wish we could carry it on and on, because I was one who was deeply into the music industry. Not to mention the fact I know how to write music as well. And like I said, I used to deal with a lot of people. So I really wish we could go even deeper. But you got to come to our youth group to hear more. We can really pull the gloves off and go deep on this subject in the youth group. But here on our program, our time is very limited. We're going to hear from Mahawa, then I'm going to start to wrap it up, and you're going to see from these guys more often. But if you go to one of our branches in New York, you'll see one of them. 4th Avenue, you'll see Jamil, you'll see Nazreen, you'll see David. If you go to our Bronx location, you're going to see Sasha there. You come here to Brooklyn, Fulton Street, you're going to catch some of these others here. We're all around. We're all around. So, Mahawa, though, we don't want to finish without getting some of your points as well. What do you think when you hear what he said?
Well, when I think about his lyrics, like a lot of other people were saying about how they felt like hip-hop raised them, I feel the same way. Because even though, like, I had siblings, I had my mom, I didn't really have my father who was there. I felt like even though I had those things and I had, like, things that were there for me, like, hip-hop raised me too. Like, it was my father. I felt like I was a foster child as well. Because the thing about hip-hop and music generally is that it paints a picture for you about maybe not a reality that you want to live, but it's like this way for you to escape. And little by little, it starts becoming your reality. Like, I didn't think that, as I was growing up, listening to Beyonce, that I wanted to, like, dress like her or that I wanted to dance like her. But little by little, as I kept on listening to her, as I kept on listening to other kinds of artists, I realized, like, you know, when I grow up, I want to be like this, or I want to dance like that. I want to look like this, you know? So
it had a heavy effect on you, right?
Yeah, it's crazy the way that music affects you, especially.
Guys, I wish we could talk more about this, but I have to wrap it up right now. We're going to go to a break, come back. I have a final word for you on this subject, and we're going to talk more about this another time, another day. I really appreciate our street team, everyone that helped us out, and all of these young people who came on. I really appreciate having y'all. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for talking with us. And friends, do stay in touch. If you want to see this program again, hear more about this, see more about this, we always throw on the episodes on YouTube. Go to Youth Power Group New York, and you'll catch the old episodes as well as this one on YouTube after, okay? We'll be back. We're going to wrap it up after this. All right, guys, I appreciate you watching, tuning in. It's good to have you. I hope the subject made you think. I can't tell you what to do with this. It's not my place to. You know, we just had a big event in our youth group a week or so ago about music. And, you know, we talked about some of these things. But I can't tell you what to do with it. I don't know if you're going to take this and say, you know what, it's a bunch of nonsense. You know, they're exaggerating. You know, it's not true. Music and hip-hop doesn't have that much influence on me. Well, friend, you're welcome to believe what you want to believe. But the facts are evident. Look at our society today. Where do you think all these things started? Look on the TV, see how many people are totally tatted up. And then look at how many youth on the streets are tatted up as well. I remember when I got tatted up. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to make a confession. I got tatted up because I love Tupac's tattoos. Because I used to listen to Tupac every single day. So I had the plans to tattoo everything here, which I got all of this done. Then I was going to do my chest, do something across the stomach, across the back, and everything. I didn't make it that far before I changed, before I met God and changed my life. But because I love Tupac's tattoos so much, I got tatted up. I wasn't going to put Thug Life, but I was going to put something else there. So I wouldn't have told you back then that it was because of Tupac. But it was. I used to listen to him so much. I was aggressive. I was angry. I would be the kind of guy always ready to attack. But that's the way Tupac was. My favorite song was Hellraiser. And that song is really like psychotic. So you can say what you want. But the trends that are set today, they start in the industry. They start on the music videos. Rihanna shaved half her head and had the other half long. Now go look on the street today. Go on the street today and see how many have. Go on the street today and see how many have. Whenever there's a new trend in the music industry, it becomes big out on the streets. Check out how many people are getting parts all over their head. Kanye started doing it, which, by the way, wasn't him who originated it. It happened back when I was a kid. But these styles, they come back. Bell bottoms are out of fashion, but I guarantee you, give it another couple years, they'll be right back. Because it all just recycles, but it starts in the music industry. Let me come out, a famous artist start doing afros again, and everybody's going to have an afro. The music industry, it affects people. The way the girls dress in the video is how our young ladies are dressing on the streets. The way the guys talk in their songs are the way a lot of our guys are acting and talking on the streets. What these guys are saying they're going to do in the songs is what a lot of our young men and women are acting out in everyday life. So how could you say hip-hop hasn't done it? How can you say music hasn't affected it? You'd be a liar to say it doesn't affect you. The truth is, maybe you want to deny it. Maybe you don't want to accept the fact that it affects you so much. My advice to you, accept it. Recognize it. Realize that it does, that it is, that it will and can destroy you. Because if you're not careful what you watch, what you listen to, what comes inside of you, you're going to be set up for disaster. I can't tell you what to listen to. I can't tell you what to do when you get log off now. Maybe you're going to go straight to YouTube and put Drop the World, Empire, State of Mind, everything. That's your choice. But I advise you to use your brain and not only listen to the beats, but listen to what's coming in. Because what comes in, it sticks. Till next time, my question to you is, are you living it up? Catch you next week, same time.
Living it up. Living it up.